There have been a lot of opinions expressed by people who didn't know Hulk Hogan personally ever since his passing, and like him or hate him, as most people say, it's when you think about professional wrestling, most people, even if they've never watched it a single time, their first thought is, "Oh, that's what Hulk Hogan does."
Yeah.
He's become synonymous with the business. So, even if you dislike what he may have done outside of wrestling, everybody who's in wrestling, myself included, all owe a debt of gratitude to Hulk Hogan because it would not be what it is today without him.
Yeah, that combination of Vince and Hogan at the right time and took the business worldwide. I mean, I've wrestled in 30 different countries, and I don't think that would have happened without the combination of Vince and Hogan. It might have been big, but when we first went over to England, when the WWF first went over to England, it wasn't the Beatles, but it was close, brother. I mean,
Mhm.
we flew in to Heathrow Airport. There was hundreds of fans out at the airport. We had motorcycle escorts all around our buses. They had armed guards at the hotel. I mean, Wembley Stadium, Royal Albert Hall, Sheffield Arena, the arena there in Paris. It was crazy how big wrestling has gotten. I think Hulk Hogan is a huge, huge part of that. Of course, the business also is bigger than anybody, any one person.
Yes.
There'll never be another Bruno San Martino. Boom, there's Hulkster. There'll never be another Hulkster. Boom, there's John Cena. There'll never be another John Cena. Boom, there's The Rock, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
the torch passes on, but for the guy at the right time, at the right moment, with the right gimmick, he was a marquee kind of guy. Him and Warrior, they're the guys you want as your marquee guys. And I think that's one of the reasons I got along with Hulkster. He didn't really see me as a threat. I realized I was also older in my career. Hogan's Hogan. I can fight him and try to take his spot or jump on the bandwagon and ride it along. So, like, we use that analogy many times, more like a band than a sports team. So, old
Yep.
Hogan, man, he's my lead singer. I've been playing the drums for 40 years, man. It's been a great, great spot. People are like, well, you weren't champion.
You said before that you wish you had been more of like sometimes looking back on it, you're like, I wish I would have gotten more into like the politics or like done the office stuff or talk to the guys more and try and lobby. But the fact of the matter is, Jim, most of the guys, not just there's like a small handful of guys who had a career as long as yours. Whatever you did the right thing.
Oh yeah, and people say, well, who do you think the most successful wrestler in wrestling was? I said, well, I think Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yep.
I'm still alive. I've been with my wife for 41 years. I never had to go to rehab for booze or drugs. I put two daughters through college. At almost 72 years old, I travel the world signing autographs. I don't know who's had it better.
You've done the impossible in wrestling. Everybody says it's like, oh well, something's got to give, but honestly, like you're one of the few guys that got to kind of have your cake and eat it too in wrestling, and it's
Well,
cool.
yeah, well, I've had my health issues because I put a lot of junk in my body back in the day. Not like a whole lot of guys. I mean, I experimented with stuff. I never really got hooked on anything, steroids or anything else like that. But I can't throw no stones. I did pretty much as anybody else, but I just never got addicted to it. But now, of course, I'm still messing with my prostate cancer. I got a heart issue myself. That's like I said, when Deborah opened the door, I was like, oh shit. There's only a few of us left now. Teddy was sitting there next to me with Mel, and he's looking over at me like, man, Jim. I'm like, I know, Ted. Not many of us left. Bill and Barry, Haku. Haku was there. It was good to see Haku. I haven't seen him in a while. I knew Haku back in like 1980 in Hawaii at the Chateau Blue. And his boy wrestles.
Yep.
And I don't know the young guy's name, but he was there. He's one of those guys I met 5 times. Hey, he goes, Hacksaw, I met you already. And Haku's daughter. But I
And
told him the
Haku,
story when Haku and I were living together in Hawaii. We were living at the Chateau Blue, right there in the Moana. And I brought Deborah over one time. We pulled up in front of the Chateau Blue. She wouldn't get out of the car. It was a rough joint, man. Yeah, we were making $40 a week. And, yeah, it was a tough, but it was good to see the old the all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. The guy hated us, right? Me and Haku could be like, "No, wrestler! All you can eat, brother. We're here."
Start making you guys pay double.
But yeah, it was good to see Haku. And it was a nice send off for the Hulkster, for the big man, whatever you want to call him. I know a lot of people, hate him. Way it goes. A lot of people hate me. I said that's why everybody should be a bad guy wrestler for about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You get used to people saying the worst things in the world to you. You dirty, cross-eyed, SOB, fat bastard. Yeah.
Yeah, then it just rolls
Come
off
up
your
with something
back.
original, will you, brother?